In my home, lips are tense. The puckered blue of my grandmother's flesh echoes in my memory. Choked protests gurgle deep in the bellies of those forgotten, silenced, abused. The dead churn with indignation. A fever climbs, licking at the insides of our throat. Heat itches in our cheeks. The wet turab of Umdurman stains my feet. Red soles molding an imprint. Elders offer an ushering yed, but the veil is too thick, too foggy to see beyond this age of no return. The fire sits somewhere between dream and memory, etched in skin, a gleaming omen with the force to mold. The new skin cells grow in a sort of collage. Webs of brown, patches of purple, raised and speckled melanin spreading, like a snake shedding its outgrown skin. You were the sweetest child, my mother coos. Everyone adored you. That's why you were cursed. Tisks mumbled under hot breath. Was the fire angry with me? I looked down on my body like a foreign object. The ridges of new skin have now formed uneven shapes. They tell me this fire must be tended, let out to breathe. Let it burn what is decaying. Let it clear and make room. My mind is on my mother again. That fire that rages within her, stitched inside her cheeks, seeking respite. Unbearable torch. She thought the fire ate me, consumed me whole and unforgiving till clay regressed to ash. But this fire smiled before it smited, kissed me when it could have killed me. Seeded its flame somewhere between my shoulder blades. I burn from the inside out. In the smoke, I recognize many faces. With wary fingers, I trace circles around the congealed skin. I kiss my fire tattoo, and I am reminded that I survived. I survive. I survive. I was born a mountain, jagged earth jutting in magnificent formation, towering with a stillness reserved for the divine. Time erodes with a slow, predictable churn. I was born a mountain, and mountains do not move, bearing witness with stone eyes. Center yourself, this wind whispers, and the way shall be revealed. I was born a mountain, but they wanted me to be small. They cut into my side, shave off from the top, extract from within, and surround me with greedy fingers climbing. Uprooted, unearthed, I open my belly to the soil and listen. I hear exhaustion deep in my bones, weary and wearing. In this ungeographic rupture, I bury my hands. I sink deeper. I move slower. I rest and digest. I metabolize the fear pinching the corner of my jaw. The story of my body is the story of this land. The story of my body is the story of this land. I walk up and down, pacing a pattern of 7. I follow Hajir's footsteps. The earth shifts under my feet, cracking open to that wellspring underneath where water courses. I stand still, flat-footed, in awe and in grief. There's a river that lives in my chest. Deep, welling reservoir of despair, murky waters climb. I am treading, trembling against its might. It courses, pushing me to my knees. Where is the place where we can melt? Between those years lost, a grief of distortion bubbles against my sternum. Tears pool inside my ears, and the tide rushes in. My vision is blurred by this illusion of separation. I surrender. I surrender and I am submerged in this timeless flow. I follow the imminent flood and I am spit out at the West Bank. An audacity of blue and white. This water remembers my many faces. This water remembers my many faces. Clear eyes ask me to look at uncertain truths. A spell of possibility dripping with redemption. The scales teeter while I hum a familiar tune. A morning bird perches on my window and coos its language of melancholy. I touch the space between my lungs and inhale like it's the first time. I allow my breath to loosen this grief taking root in my lungs. I can finally hear the forgotten parts I've quieted. Hot air exhales from my body like fumes, simmering, melting open. I relocate myself in my breath. I open my throat wide and allow the sorrow to crawl from the crevices between my ribs. Ballooning through my esophagus, it comes up all at once, bursting as a moan from my lips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let the air out. I visualize abundant air creating space in each vessel, muscle, joint. The air expands, and my lungs ache against its stretching strain. I orbit somewhere between floating and burying. This liminal dance of spirit asks for my presence. And so, here I am. I am here. I am here.